Alright, coming to you 12 and a half hours into the 40-state challenge. It's Monday, May 27th, 6:38 p.m. We have, I don't even know how many miles left, maybe 15. It's kind of crazy. It's been quite a day, and this seems like a good opportunity to go ahead and summarize it. Not sure how it'll end up. We're praying that we can somehow get a ride into Waynesboro, stay at a hotel. That would be tremendous. But that's going to depend on whether or not we can get a ride and or how willing we are to potentially walk from the road to Waynesboro. So that part is yet to be determined. However, the events that have preceded this moment are as follows. We woke up at 5 and kind of snoozed until 5:15. Important note here, we all slept in the same tent, which was so, well, I wouldn't say miserable, but it was so hot to begin with. Pooh Bear's tent, although I guess not designed to sort of have ventilation adequate for 3 people, didn't seem to really vent at all. It was hotter than I've ever had any moment in my tent as soon as I walked in. And so, we did it out of convenience, and almost immediately when we all got into the tent, it started to rain, so that actually worked out well. So it was definitely convenient. We had all of our stuff under my tent fly, and I'd put out my, ground cloth, so our stuff stayed dry. However, it seems like potentially some bugs got into my shoes and socks, because I've got these weird bites on my legs now. Pretty swollen. They look bad, but they don't actually look that bad. But they're bigger than I would hope they would be. But I feel like I've had bug bites like that before. So, whatever. They didn't hurt. They don't really itch. I didn't even notice them until later in the day. So, although I had a personal little freak out about it, because I was thinking, man, what could cause this? Is it getting worse? Etc. I'm over that now. So, anyway, we got up at 5:15. Packed up pretty quick, ate breakfast, and we're on trail by 6. And my Sawyer bag broke yesterday at the shelter that we got water at before we went to camp. We just stealth camped last night right at the West Virginia border. And right before that, Sawyer bag shit the bed, and so all of a sudden I only had 750 milliliters of water for a 7-mile hike, and then the day after in the morning, because my other 750 bottle was filled with coffee, and I couldn't drink that. But I have found that coffee is actually pretty nice when it is just cold in a bottle. I think I'm going to need to put my headphones on here in a sec. This is getting kind of rocky. Hold on. Alright. That's better. Apologies if the audio quality just really took a decline. A nose drop. That's better. Okay, let me get my poles out so I don't fall. I did fall today, but we'll get to that. So, because my Sawyer bag broke, we went through Harper's Ferry, and I was kind of focused on trying to get to some sort of a gas station, convenience store, something, so I could buy some smart water bottles, so I'd have more of a water capacity today. Didn't really want to be going short all day. So, unfortunately, when we got to Harper's Ferry from where we camped, which on the way we saw this vagrant person just sleeping on the trail. That was kind of weird. Anyway though, Pooh Bear and I and Forrest, we all started walking toward this 7-Eleven that was 1.2 miles off trail, and Forrest stayed at the ATC while we actually pressed on all the way to 7-Eleven, and it just took a long time. They didn't have any public restrooms, which was a bummer. Pooh Bear and I were both looking forward to porcelain blazing, but such was not the case. And anyway, got a 590 cinnamon or honey bun, bananas, smart water bottles, and this guy, another customer was coming in right as we were outside eating some of the stuff we bought, and he was like, "You guys on the trail?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're actually trying to get back to it right now." You know, very overtly asking basically for a ride. And he gave us one, which was great. Saved us like 30 minutes, but that whole thing, starting the day with such a huge diversion, to sort of set the timbre for the whole day. It's been great. We've enjoyed it. We're definitely all starting to get a little loopy out here, and you know, it's tiring and painful. Got chafing and rubbing and bug bites, but we also enjoyed it, and it's kind of our style, so it's all good. So we got to ride back to the trail, got our act together, started hiking, and what else? I mean, I'm trying to think. I know we've taken a fair amount of breaks today. There was one we stayed at we went to there's like a campsite a couple miles in, I think 12 miles in, that we had like lunch at. It seems like forever ago. There were a bunch of cyclists there, and so we all talked with them, comparing and contrasting mileage for the day, and I enjoyed it because I haven't really seen or communicated with a group of cyclists for a while. One guy had like a canyon bike with a SRAM E-tap, so that was pretty cool. And we had a pretty healthy break there. Then we pressed on again and heard from some guys that there was like beer in a river over at a shelter. So we kind of made our way there and met another hiker who thru-hiked I guess in '89, May of '89, which was interesting considering that's the year I was born. And his name was Wolf. So we talked to him a bit. We found the beer, had one. Forrest had one. Pooh Bear had one. He wanted two, but I was like, yeah, I mean, you can totally have two, but I think I'm just gonna do one because we have so much work left to do. And you know, buzzed hiking is not the best. It's pretty hard actually. But Forrest and I both packed one out, so we're gonna drink those once the sun goes down, which I guess will be in a couple hours, probably around 8:30 or so. So we headed out from there, and we just kind of periodically taken breaks. I had a coffee. I kind of nursed from 2 to like 6 or so. Another coffee in my water bottle, and so that had bathroom effects. But yeah, I don't know, maybe this isn't the best time to make this clip, going through like this rocky outcropping. Pooh Bear's starting to crack a little bit. I think Forrest and I are a little bit worried. Hopefully he's feeling better than he was like 20 minutes ago. You know, this is the point in the day where it really takes a lot, I guess, to stay focused and keep going and not give in to bad mental states. You know, I did have like a little bit of a panic attack today because of these bug bites, which I'm sure my sister, my sibling, could identify with. You know, we're both pretty quick to hypochondria, and I just started thinking, because I haven't had bites like this out here, like what are they? Are they like little tick bites? The tick got what it wanted and then left, and so I didn't even have time to pull it out. I mean, who knows what it could be. And I think I was actually kind of comforted twofold. One, I kind of talked myself down a little bit, and then two, well, I guess threefold, being with people out here that I know would take care of me if something bad happened, which, again, there's no reason for anything bad to happen, but I was catastrophizing, so, you know, yeah, your mind goes to those deep, dark places. But also, Forrest likes to quote this guy, I don't remember his name, but he's just like talking about how eventually when you're out hiking at a certain point you just become like a body in motion. You don't have a past or a present or a future. You're just like going. And I was like, well, I don't know what's going to happen with these bug bites, and honestly it's probably nothing at all, but in any case, whatever happens, it's not going to be very immediate, obviously, because I don't even know when it happened, and so how bad could it be? You know, that's always been sort of a comforting factor to me. It's like if I had some really bad disease, I'd be dead already, because it would just be that bad. So whatever this is, this bug bite, I'm guessing if I took a shower, went to sleep, I'd wake up and it would be gone. But yeah. Woo! You guys having fun? Yeah, it's quite a day. If we get into Waynesboro, we're gonna be fucking heroes. I don't even know what we would do. I don't know if we're gonna pass out just from exhaustion, or if we try to find a restaurant, or try to get beer, or, you know, all the above kind of. Find all that shit. And then pass out later. It's crazy how close we are to 24-hour hiking.
6 hours away.
I mean,
We'll probably do 18 hours.
yeah. 18 hours at a moderate pace. All day.
We could just do 24 and hike like 50 miles.
We have how many? Oh, that's nothing. We did 11 after 5 once.
Hard.
Yeah, we did push hard.
Did you call the hotel?
No, I was looking. There's definitely no shortage of hotels in Waynesboro, but you know, I'm more concerned with how we'd get there.
Yeah, okay.
They do have a taxi service, but I couldn't find if it was 24 hours. And I didn't want to call them either.
If anything, we can walk a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if we can figure out if there's like a hotel within that area, like if there's one that's right at the mouth of the town, which I think that's kind of how they build them, to be at the entrance or the exit. Oh, sorry about that. Whoa. Excuse me. Oh, see if I can not die. Wow. Anyway, yeah. I'm not as good as Compton at all that stuff. But I'm still willing and wanting to make it happen, so if there's a will, there's a way.
You need a will.
I actually made a will before I came on this trip.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
My parents insisted. It's like $250. Basically just left everything to them. So
Everything to my parents.
yeah, basically. I think technically speaking I have like 3 assets, which is weird to see my whole life like condensed to 3 things that I don't even really think about in my daily life. My car, my house, my 401k. Not really on the forefront of my mind. But anyway. Yeah. Wow, this is hellish. Thank God it's not dark yet. Cool. Well, leave it there for now, I guess. Hopefully we survive. And hopefully we thrive. Do you think at this point, Pooh Bear, that you would just want to go to bed? If we got a hotel?
Go to bed?
Yeah, like as soon as we got there, would you just be interested in like taking a shower and going to sleep?
What else could we do?
Food?
Oh, food.
Try to find like a restaurant.
I mean, yeah, we could do that.
I guess we'll just see.
I would just go wherever.
Yeah, okay.
Unless I was like starving, then it would absolutely be fine. I feel like I'm like blackout.
Cool.
If it's like this later, I'm gonna have a hard time.
Yeah. Well, I think it's supposed to be like this. Right at the very end, too. At Penmar. That's what that guy was saying while you guys took a shower.
Gonna have a good time.
That's what we're out here for. Kicking ass.
Eating pussy.
You know it. Alright. Bye for now.